for you. Shuklambaradharam, what is that? Shrutis Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Shrutismriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Om Sri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavandau Punah Punaha Sri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha. We have finished 3 words. Udbhava Sundara Sundaha. Udbhava means either the cause of the world, or another meaning was one whose bhava is Utkrishtam. He is not like normal people being born. When Krishna comes, he comes with Gada, Chakra, Ayudha. Everything was present when he came. That is why he is called Udbhava. And he is Sundara. He is very beautiful to look at. Very nice to look. Then Sundaha means Dravibhudaha Antakaranaha, one who is very Karunamaya. That was the meaning. Udbhava 2 meaning. Sundara means beautiful, or Adishaya Saubhagyashali. And Sundaha means Dravibhuda Antakaranavan, one who is very kind, extremely kind. Now is Ratna Nabhaha. Ratna and Nabha. Ratna means precious stone, diamond like that. Which means what? Something which is shining, which is beautiful, which is excellent. They say that you are a diamond. They say that. Very hard to get. So that is what here Ratna means. Something which has Shobha. One who has got that brilliance. That's all it means here. That's what Shankara writes. Ratna Shabdena Shobha Lakshyate. What's the meaning of Lakshyate? Suggested. Indicated, suggested. When you say that boy, that brahmachari is Agni, Teja Punja, he's really Agni coming, doesn't mean that you can make tea on his head. It means he's a very brilliant. So that Agni is a Gauna Prayoga, meaning Agni's brilliance is imposed upon him, superimposed upon that boy. Similarly, Ratna means a brilliant thing, a brilliant stone. That is being superimposed on. That is called Lakshana in Sanskrit. When you say such expressions like Simho Manavakaha, no, Agnir Manavakaha, the boy is like a fire. Or Simho Devadattaha, he is like a lion. So you should not look where is the hair behind. He is like with the short hair. Then why are you calling a lion? Means like a lion, he is very fearless. So that word lion just becomes something which is very heroic. Only that guna is taken. One guna is taken. Part of it is taken. That is called Lakshana. Where you give up the main meaning. The main meaning is what? Ratna, diamond. So that is given up. But the brilliance is taken. The brilliant one. That is called Lakshana. This Lakshana is very important because when you read Tattvamasi, you should know what is Lakshana. So just keep it in mind. This Lakshyate. Ratna Shabdena Shobha Lakshyate. So Ratnavat Sundara Nabhihi Asya. His navel is very beautiful like a Ratna. Ataha Ratnanabha. Hence he is called as Ratnanabha. The next one is Sulochanaha. Sulochana. Lochana means eye. Looking. Lochana. Lochana means eye. Sulochana means good eye. What is the meaning of good eye? Shobhanam Lochanam Nayanam. Jnanam Va means knowledge. That is a good eye. So when you normally when you look at something, you don't get the special features. But if you have Jnanam, it is the same looking. But because behind that looking there is Jnanam, more things are revealed. Why so? There is a book called Hitopadesha. It's a very nice book, like Panchatantra. There is an opening statement in the beginning. Aneka samsaya chedi paroksharthasya darshakam sarvasya lochanam shastram Yasya nasti andha eva saha. If you don't have lochanam, you are called andhaha, blind. Why? Because you don't have eyes. And what is the eye? Anything that can remove your doubts. Is it a snake or a rope? So you look deeply and find out it is a rope. It's not a snake or a rope, it is a garland. So you need that intent to look, analyze. Then you will find out. That's why it is samshaya chedi. Samshaya means what? Doubt. Doubt is connected to memory. You don't get doubt with one thing. If you know this is iPhone, then there is no doubt. But if you remember suddenly an Android, then you will doubt whether it is iPhone or Android. So that other thing always comes from memory. There is a Pandita. Panda means people who have accumulated knowledge. They'll be full of doubts. Because they always match. Oh, it was said like that before. So is it so now? Arey Babare, now you understand what is here. Why do you want to? But that is what Samshaya is all about.
I was just going to ask, is Salochana Shubhekshana, but I'm not going to ask.
You don't ask, okay. So,
She's the Pandit in our
no,
That's what you will say, forget about it.
no. This one you had to understand first. The present thing. So, Ubhaya Kotika Jnanam. Jnanam is there, samshayam. Without Jnanam, there cannot be doubt. But that Jnanam is not single-minded. It is not conclusive. It is little delusive. It is like, it will have two koti. Sthanurva Purushova. Rajurva Sarpova. This or that, like that there will be. That is called samshayam. And that samshayam can be taken care only by lochanam, only by looking properly at Shastram. That's what he is saying. Aneka samshaya chedi parokshartham. Even if it is in the other room, you can figure out if you have knowledge. How? Because it gives you that intelligence to look through. Paroksham, pratyaksham means what you see. Pratyaksham, in front of your eyes. Para aksham means akshat param, not accessible to the senses. That also will become clear because of science. Shastra means science. Shastra means knowledge branch. We have 14 of them. So any branch of knowledge is called Shastram. Vyoma Shastram. Vyoma Shastra means astronomy. Jyotish Shastram meaning marriage. Matching the horoscope. You don't marry the girl. Your horoscope marries the girl's man. Yeah. That is called Jyotish Shastram. All that was there before. So this Shastram, it reveals something about the character of the mother-in-law does not know what she is getting into. So she wants to figure out whether he knows to cook or not. How do you know? Where is this Rahu? Find out whether he will get moksha or not. So everything they try to figure out through this Jyotish Shastram. So Jyotish Shastram really becomes the eye of that person because he is curious. He wants to know. Aneka samshaya chedi parokshartham. Parokshartham means things which you want to know, but it is not available because it is beyond the eyes. Sarvasya lochanam shastram. For everyone, everybody has got doubts. So everybody needs an eye. Yasya nasti, but some people don't have it. Andha eva saha. Definitely he is blind in that area. So he is called Sulochanaha. He doesn't have that problem because he has got Sarvashastra Jnanam. Vishnu is Sarvashastra Karta. He is the source of the Vedas. Hence he has got Jnanam. That is why it says Su Shobhanam. Shobhanam means very pleasing. Lochanam Nayanam Jnanam Asya. What is called a pleasing knowledge? Because some knowledge is not very pleasing. The doctor comes and says that you have high cholesterol. It is not very pleasing. So next time you look at the letter, you become very guilty. I want it, but doctor said there is cholesterol. So all knowledge is not very pleasing. Some knowledge are very guilt-ridden. So what kind of knowledge is very pleasing? Any knowledge which can elevate bhayam. If it is going to create more bhayam in you, you don't want that knowledge. That's why people don't go for the annual visit. Why do you want to know? Keep away from trouble. So, what is that knowledge that can really alleviate difficulty? Samsara dukkha nivartakatvam jnanam. Any jnanam that can alleviate this process of becoming. Becoming what? Becoming something other than you. That is a teaching. You are perfect. You are Purnaha, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. But no, I am Apurna. I need little, just this one. After that, I will finish. That little thing is called samsara. Samsara is what? One more time. And one more time never ends. That is why it is dukkham. Always, whenever you travel away from yourself, it is dukkham. Whenever you are with yourself, it is sukham. You can check it. Challenge. Whenever there is sukham, you are with yourself. You cannot be away from you when you are enjoying, when you are happy. You being with yourself means what? You have no distraction. At that point of it, you are engaged in that music. In that point of happiness, you are completely engaged. So when you are unhappy, when you are in samsara, you just got away from that, whatever that was causing you happiness. That's why we don't want that process of becoming. We want to stop that and be ourselves. For that we need jnanam. And that jnanam, salochanaha, only he can give. That is only jnanam that can alleviate this process of becoming. That is called samsara. Samsara dukkha nivartakatvat lochanam asya jnanam sulochanam. That is why he is called Sulochanaha. So this is the abhipraya of Bhishma. One who has a good eye, his eyes like lotus means it's not oozing with lotus. He has got, the lochanam here only means what is inside his head, which is his jnana. Next one is Arkaha. What is the meaning of Arkaha? Generally it means Surya. Generally Arka means Surya. But here Shankara writes Arkaha means Archyaha. One who is fit for Archana. Arkaha means what? One who is fit for Archana. Archaniyatvat Arkaha. One who deserves worship. Why does he deserve worship, Vishnu? Because the number one, first being, whenever we say in the world, we say Brahmadi Pipilikantam. Starting from Brahma, Brahmadi Pipilika or ant. Or they say Brahmadi Stamba Paryandam. Stamba is a worm, even small microbe. So from Brahmaji to microbe. So always we started from whom? Brahmaji. Even there Brahmaji has to worship Vishnu. That's what they say, no, tapaha, tapaha. He said that. Padaha, padaha, I'm falling, and he said tapaha, tapaha. That Ashariri came and told Brahmaji. And he did tapas, esya jnanamayam tapaha. With that tapas, he created the entire creation. That's what they say about Brahma. So this Brahma is also doing archana. Each time he flips the page, he has to say Vishnuvaya Namaha, so that he will not make any mistake. He's always scared that something will go wrong. So he wants to worship Vishnu. So Brahmadiyana bhi archaniyatvat. He is even being worshipped by Brahma, the creator. Hence he is called Arkaha. Normally Arkaha means Suryaha. Shankara writes it means Archaniyaha, one who is worthy of worship. Surya is also worthy of worshipping. All people, they all worship. Many cultures in this world, they all worship the sun. So Arka is also Archaniya, but here Vishnu is Arkaha. Vishnu is Archaniyaha. By whom? Everybody. Brahma Adibihi means you are also included in the Adipada. We are all there because we are before the microbe. In between Brahma, Stamba, in between all this, the entire Jagat, they need to worship Paramatma. That is why he is called Arkaha. Brahmadibhi Pujyatamaihi. Oh, there is one more. This Brahmaji is himself is Pujyatama. He himself has got a big fan following. There is a group behind Brahmaji. But he is behind Vishnu. That's what they say. This desire, it makes people do strange things. There is a verse like Yam chintayami manasa maisa virakta. Yam aham chintayami. Whomever I am thinking, maisa virakta. She doesn't like me. I like apple, but apple doesn't like me because I am diabetic. So whomever I am liking, he does not like me back. Why? Sapyanyamichhati patim. She wants somebody else. And that patim janonya saktaha. And that person wants somebody else. Asmat kritecha. I am liking her, no. But somebody else is liking me. Asmat kritecha paritushyati kajidanya. Dhiktam cha tam cha madanam cha imam cha mam cha. Let everybody go to hell. Him, her, me, and all this is being caused by Madana, Cupid, Kama, desire. But he also go to hell. So,
This is the story of that king who Bhartrihari.
Bhartari, yeah.
Right? This is
exactly.
that story.
She is Vairagi Shatakam. This is in Vairagi Shatakam, yeah. So Brahmaji had this had this big following. He was Pujyatama. Though he was Pujyatama, he was doing puja to Vishnu. He could as well respect all his followers, but no, he has to go behind Mahavishnu. Hence, Mahavishnu is called as Pujyatamaha, Archaniyatamaha. He is the one who is worshipable, worshipworthy. So how do you become worshipworthy? When do people start worshipping you? When you get the adhikara. So you have to get that promotion. You have to earn that. You have to get that mahatvam. Then you will get that. That's why they line up in front of Vishnu and ask, give me little more mahima so that I can become Pujyatama. So that is the reason why Vishnu is Archyaha. You are after Vishnu because you want to maintain your status quo. So Brahmaji also does the same thing. He wants to maintain his Brahmatvam because it is a post. It is something which he has earned by his karma. Hence he wants the blessings of Vishnu always. Hence Vishnu is Arkaha. Next one is Vajasanaha. Vajam means Annam. Vajam means, you heard the word Vajpayi. Vajpayi means one who has done this Vajpaya Yaga. Vajam means Annam. Vajpaya Yaga has something to do with the increase of Annam. It's done for Subhiksha, for getting more wealth of food. Increase of food. There is a reason why Vajam is done. Vajpayam is done. So what is Sanaha? Sanaha means Data, one who gives. So Vajasanaha means Vishnu. Why? Because he is the giver of food. He is the one who provides food.
Food here could just mean sustenance, right, in general? Or
Annam. Annam means that which is consumed. Annam, the word Annam is described in Yajurveda as Adyate Tija Bhutani Tasmad Annam Taduchada iti. Whatever people consume, that is why it is chapati in North India and curd rice in South India. Both are Annam. Whatever is consumed by you, Anasradham, they say. Anasradham means they put chapati. How can you put? Because you are wired to curd rice if you are from South India. So you always expect that Shraddha means you white ball. When you go there, you see the wheat ball. How come? Because Annam means whatever you consume, whatever you enjoy. Bhudani yad adyate, whatever is consumed, that is called Annam. That he gives. There is a problem if you don't travel outside of South India. Annam means white rice. But annam is what is consumed by you. That is the meaning of Shastra. Anyasya sanaha data. That is why he is called Vajasanaha. Arko Vajasana Sringi. Next one is Sringi. What is Sringam? Sringam means a horn. What do you call that fin? What is that? This one, the fish has. Not fin. Fin is on. Huh? The one which has every fish. Some fish has big. Shark has that. Just like in the Honda you have in the back.
The fin.
Fin, right? Yeah, I said the right thing.
Fin is on the side.
No,
Oh.
fin has
That is a small thing.
all the fins.
The snout.
The snout, huh?
Snout.
What is this rhinoceros there? It has got.
That's a horn.
There's a horn. Okay. So the fish has that. That's called Sringa. The rhinoceros is also, that also is Sringa. That's all hair. But we don't care. Just we call it Egasringaha. That is the name of rhinoceros. Egasringa, it only has one horn. They don't know it is hair anyway, the people who called it. So Sringaha means an object on the head. Like Rishishringaha or all this Mahisha Sringaha. The buffaloes, they all have horns. That's called Sringaha. The peak of the mountain, that is called also Sringa. That is why Sringagiri. Sringagiri means what? The Giri has got Sringas. It's a protruding part. So, here by Sringi, Shankara writes, he means a fish. Shankara has some poetic license. He can say, what it means. So, you have to listen. Pralayambasi Sringavan Matsya Visheshaha, Matsyavatara. That is the meaning of Sringi. When in the Pralayambasi, during the Pralaya, that Asura came and swallowed all the Vedas. He wanted to steal it. Then he came as Sringavan, who Mahavishnu. He came as Matsyavatara. Matsya Vishesha Rupaha Sringi. So not the ordinary Matsya. Ordinary Matsyas does not have the horn. It's only that big Matsya. Like shark-like. That one had the Sringam. Hence he is called as Sringi. Too much of philosophy is boring, so he wants some story in the middle. So Pralayambasi Sringavan Matsya Vishesha Rupaha Sringi.
Oh, that's why they tied that rope to the
Yeah,
boat.
the Marchitra Gada.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice, yeah. Very imaginative. Anand Pai. I like it. So that is Sringi. And then Jayantaha. Jayantaha is the name of that Indra's son. His name is Jayanta.
Oh, he lost the eye, right? When
Yeah,
he came and
for the Ramayana. They say that Sita was drying the fish, dry fish. That's what the Bengalis say. We say that she was drying mango for Avika, mango pickle. They have their own Ramayana, we have ours. It's Indonesia and this India. So they say that he was drying something for food. Or chakkilam or whatever he was drying. And then Rama was sleeping. So Jayanta came and he became very enamored by Sita's beauty. Rama became angry and he took the bana and put it on Jayanta. So Indra came running, please save it. No, Rama has only one word, one arrow. Okka banam, okka mata. So once you have thrown it, then it has to get a target. So I'll get one eye. So he becomes a Kana. Kana means one who has, Andha means one who is blinded in both eyes. Kana means one who is one eye, like the pirate. So Jayanta became that. So right after Sringi you have the pirate, Jayantaha. Okay, what Shankara says? Arin Adishayena Jayati iti Jayantaha. That's the first meaning. All Arin. Ari means Shatru. Hari means Shatru. Not Hari. Ari. Ari means Shatru. So Arin Adishayana Jayati. He completely vanquishes them. Hence Vishnu is called Jayantaha. Jayashilaha. Second meaning is Jaya Heturva. I had everything in life. All was set. But still I couldn't get success. Why? Because you don't have Vishnu. Vishnu is the Jaya Hetuhu. He is the final filler. He fills that what is required. Hence he is called Jaya Hetuhu. The real reason for success. The invisible reason for success. That is why he is called Jayantaha. There is a second meaning. First meaning is he goes and becomes victorious. Second meaning is he makes you. He is a secret ingredient of Coca-Cola. Yeah, he is a secret ingredient of success. That is why he is Jayantaha. Arko Vajasana Shringi. Jayantaha. Sarvavit. In heaven, Vaikuntha, you won't get Coca-Cola. It's all here.
Jayanta will have Fanta.
They don't get it because there is no thirst. See, this is what it is. There is no thirst. In heaven, there is no thirst or asana pipase nasti. You don't have hunger. So you can't eat malai. Then you cannot drink paniyam. Because unless you feel thirsty, you won't have a need to drink. That is, they only have somarasam. That is, when you do yaga, you invite them. That is the only drink they have. Otherwise, all gods, they don't have no thirst or hunger. Sarvavit. The next one is Sarvavit. Okay. Sarva Vishayam Jnanam Asya. Sarva with there are two words. With means Vidanti, one who knows. With means what? Vidwan. Sarva means all. Sarva means all. So one who is all knowing. Sarvavita means one who is all knowing. Or his knowledge has nothing outside of its purview. Sarva Vishayam Jnanam. For example, when you have a knowledge, it is all tukda. Like when you look at one word, you only know that word. You don't know what is in the next page. Because your Vishayam is only limited to that object you are looking. But his Vishayam, his Jnanam, Sarva Vishayam, the entire subject matter is present to him. That is the meaning of Sarvavit. In other words, our Jnanam is Eka Vishayam. Our Jnanam is what? When you know something, it is always connected to that object of knowledge. Suppose you know a pen, only the pen is the object of your knowledge. But for him, the entire object, there is no object left in his knowledge. That is why he is called as Sarvavit. How do you know that? Because the Mundaka Upanishad says, yes, Sarvajna Sarvavit, Sarvan Janati Vishnu. He knows everything. The next one is Jayi. Jayi. Jayam means victory. Jayi means one who has victory. One who is never defeated. What does Shankara say? So there are two kinds of opponents for you. You have to win over. Two kinds of opponents. One opponent is outside. Another opponent is inside. Inside opponent is spouse. Outside is in-laws. Inside means Kamadi. Inside means inside your head. Your Antakarana. Your inner world. Constantly it is putting pressure on you. You don't need anybody else. You don't need the other person to come and bother you. Your own inner pressure in the form of Raga, Dvesha. Raga means Utkada Ichha. You have one obsession. You want that. Or you don't want something. You don't want noise, but you get it all the time. They run. So what do? You are under pressure because of this. Is called Antarripuhu. The enemy within. That is one kind. Abhyantaran. Abhyantara means Antaran. One who is inside. What is that? Raga Adin. What is Adi? Dvesha. Adi is Dvesha. Ragadin, then Bahyan, who is outside. For us I told, inside and outside. For Vishnu, Hiranyaksha. Who is outside for Vishnu? Outside Vaikuntha? Hiranyaksha. That's what he says. Hiranyaksha Adin Bahyan. People who are outside, who are like Hiranyaksha. So what is the problem with Hiranyaksha? Brahmaji, everybody goes and cries. Pratyakshi Kritya Vedhasam, the Veda, Vikanasaha, that is the name. Vikanasaha Artitaha. This Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, impossible to win over. We cannot handle it. No god can defeat them. Then Vishnu has to come. That is why he is saying, Durjayan. Nobody else can beat your Raga and Dvesha. Though it is sitting inside you, you cannot handle it. So you need who? You need Jayi, you need Vishnu. Just like the Devatas need for vanquishing Hiranyaksha outside, you also need, in order to vanquish your Raga and Dvesha, whom do you need? You need Jayi, Vishnu, the victorious one. Only if he is present there, you can put pressure on Raga and Dvesha. Why? Because Durjayan Jetum Sheelam Asya. He does not go and play normal people. I don't want to go with local mayor. If I go to Hiranyaksha. The biggest Asura he wants to take on. Why? Sheelam. That is the Sheelam, nature of Vishnu. Durjayan Jedum Sheelamasya. That is why he is called Jayi. How did you get this Sheelam? How did you know that Vishnu has Sheelam? Tachilye Jidragshi Paniniya Sutra. Because the word Jayi, it has that prefix there, which means Sheelam, which means his habit. So Vishnu has this habit of being victorious, of inner enemies and outer enemies. So with his help you can do it. Both. Ini Pratyaha, that is Jayi. Now, some people say that Sarvavid, Sarvavide Namaha, Jayine Namaha, they are not two names. It is one name. Sarvavid Jayi. It Yegam Nama. That also makes sense. Why people are not victorious? Because they don't know the entire story. Baad mein pata chala. That is why they lose it. So if you are Sarvavid, you will become Jayi naturally. So that makes sense. Ekam Nama.
Sarvavid has come before. No?
Yes. So Sarvavid Jayi is better even then. No Punruptam. Abhyandra and Bahya. This also comes before or no? That also has come before. Okay. Suvarna Binduhu. What is the next one? Suvarna Bindu Rakshobhyaha. That is it. Suvarna Binduhu. There are two words. One is Bindu. What is a Bindu? Bindu means part. Bindu. One drop. Yeah, drop, one drop. Jala Bindu. Sweda Bindu. Sweat drop. Jala Bindu, water drop. What did you think?
Dot.
Dot. That is also a part. No, it's not full. Dot means it's only one part. Dot is a part of something. Part of a line. What is a dot? Part of a. Put 10 dots, you will get a line. One dot is Bindu. You get an Indian. If you put one dot, you get an Indian. Bindu. So Binduvaha means Avayavaha, part. So Vishnu's Bindu. Vishnu's Bindu means what? Vishnu's Avayava, Vishnu's parts. They are all like Suvarnam, they are golden. Bindavaha, that's what Shankara writes. Bindavaha means Avayavaha. You see, one word has got many meanings. If you are in South India, you are stuck with rice. Annam means for you only rice. But when you travel, Annam can be anything. It can be pizza in Italy. So like that, Bindu also means what? Part. That's a generic meaning. Special meaning is dot. So you have to Look at Amarakosha. What is that dictionary? Where he says, Bindurlave Pyavayave. Bindu means lavam. Lavam means dot. Bindu means lavam. Bindu means a dot. Little bit. Or Bindu also means avayavam. Bindu also means part. The first meaning we all know. The second meaning now it is added to your dictionary. So when you use this Microsoft Word, add to dictionary, just add it. Like that you add to your program now. One more. Why? Because Shankara says that Bindavaha avayavaha. Bindu means what? Part. What Bindu Vishnu has got? His body parts. And they are what? Suvarna sadrishaha. They are golden. Just some people have golden hair. After dyeing it, like it becomes gold. So Vishnu also is Swarna Binduhu. Why do you say that? Because the Samaveda says that. In the Samaveda, this is how Vishnu is being praised. The Samagana. Pranakha sarvaeva suvarnaha. Pranakha, starting from his toenail. Pranakha means tip of the nail. Nakha. Pranakha suvarnaha. From tip to toe. This person is full of Hiranmaya Purushaha, he is Suvarnaha, golden. Don't take it literally, he is like very beautiful, very, very fair, very attractive. You cannot forget him. Once you see him, close your eyes and look at Vishnu, Suvarnaha. You cannot forget. That is how the Veda presents. That is why Vishnu is called as Suvarna Bindu. Every word in Vishnu Sahasranama comes from the Veda. That is why always he gives Vedic reference. Suvarna Bindu comes from Chandogya Upanishad, Suvarnaha. Also, when somebody is very beautiful, what do they say? Suvarnaha. His Varna is, in India they say, they have this hangover, Fair and Lovely. That's Kangana Ranaut said, no, I won't act.
How do you know that?
Kalpana tells me.
Oh, okay.
No, I am also Sarvajna, you know. Okay, so Suvarnaha means Manchi Varnam, very fair complexion. That's all it means. So all his avayavas are fair complexion. The forehead is very bright. Here there is a black mark. No. The entire thing is very fair. So you can do dhyanam. Somebody who is very fit for to be meditated. That is Suvarna Bindu. Then next one is Shobanaha Varnaha Aksharam Binduscha Esmin Mantre Tanmantratma Va Suvarna Bindu. Oh, it's big. Next one, Suvarna Bindu means his mantra Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. What is this Namo Narayana made of? It is made of Varna. What is Varna? Letter. What is the meaning of Varna? Varna means color. Varna also means letter. So, Suvarnaha, his mantra, Narayana mantra, Mahamantra, is made of good mantraksharas, good aksharas. Shobanaha Varnaha Aksharam. Then Binduhu Cha. In that Om, there is a Bindu. Right? Without that, there is no Om. Yasmin Mantre. In whose mantra? Tan Mantratma. He is the Atma of that mantra. Hence he is called Suvarna Binduhu. Iti Suvarna Binduhu. Iti Namnam Ashtamam Shatakam Vivradam. 800 names finished. Suvarna Bindu Rakshobhyaha. The next one is Akshobhyaha.
Varna and Akshara is the same.
Huh?
Varna
Varna and Akshara is same, yeah. Varna and Akshara is same. You know, there is a book called Varnamala. Have you heard?
Yeah.
If you know Hindi, you will know that. We didn't know that. After coming here, I saw Varnamala. Oh, there is a mala. So, Varna means Akshara. Suvarna Binduhu Akshobhyaha. So, when you say Suvarna, you are very fair and lovely, then you become very happy. But if I say you are not fair, then you become Kshobhyaha, you become angry. So, a pleasant situation creates happiness in you, unpleasant situation creates unhappiness in you. That is you and me. But Vishnu is Akshobhyaha. Always the same. He is never disturbed. Kshobham means disturbance. Disturbance due to external elements, external factors coming and interfering in your peace. That is called Kshobhyaha. Kshobhyaha means one who is fit to be disturbed. We deserve it, actually. That is why we are all Kshobhyaha. And Vishnu is Akshobhyaha. Why? Ragadibihi, Shabdadi Vishayaischa, Tirdasha Adibhischa, Nakshobhyate. So there are three factors that can create Kshobham. Kshobham means disturbance. Number one factor, Raga, extreme inclination to objects. Number two is Shabda, noise. Not Shabda alone. Rupam, Gandho, Rasa, Sparsha, Shabdascha, Vishaya, all Bahir Vishayas, all external objects that can create disturbance in you. That's why we say, leave me alone. You don't want any Shabda. And then last one is Tirdasha Ari. What is Tirdasha Ari? See, all your expressions, they all come from this here only. If you know all this, your vocabulary will become very reduced. Okay, Tirdasha Ari. Who is Tirdasha Ari? Ari of Tirdashas. Who are Tirdasha? People who have three dashas. We have more doshas. They only have three dashas. What are the three dasha? Balyam, Kaumaram, Yauvanam. We have one more. Plastic surgery. Vardhakyam. Botox. They don't have it. They don't have the fourth dasha. They only have three dashas. What are their dasha? Krishna was born. He stole that butter. Then he became Kumara. He picked up that flute and that girls. And finally he became Yavuna. There he stopped. There is no more growing for Krishna. Show me an old Krishna. Like Genghis Khan, show me a picture of Krishna where he is all wrinkled. You cannot see it because Krishna is always 16. That's what they say. Why? Because Krishna is Devata. Krishna is Tirdasha. So Tirdasha means all these gods. They only have got three dashas. The fourth dasha, Vardhakyam, is not present. Hence, all gods are called Tirdasha. What does Amarkosha say? Amara, Nirjara, Deva, Tirdasha, Vibudha, Suraha. They are called Amara. They don't die. If you have a hospital in heaven, the bed is never vacated. It's always, because they just stay put, they stay there. They can get sick, but they will not die. Amara. Then Nirjara, they also won't die. The second die, DYE. Why? Because Nirjara, they don't have the white problem. Always it is black. Then Tridasha, they only have this. Why they are Amara and Nirjara? Because they are Tridasha. They never become old. In order to die or die, you have to become old first. They don't. Because they are called Tridasha. These are all qualities of. Hence he is called Akshobhyaha. Why? Because this Ari means what? Shatru. Enemy. Enemy of these gods, they are the external irritants. But they cannot irritate him. Why? Because he is Akshobhyaha. Nakshobhyate. Why can't they cause irritation for Vishnu? It is like Samudramapa Pravishanti Yadvate. One little Ganges. For you it is huge, Hooghly. But for Bay of Bengal, it is just another one drop. Oh, itna bada nadi aa gaya. No. Just one little Hiranyakashipu going and it's like a mosquito breath. That's all Vishnu will feel. That is why he is Akshobhyaha. He is much larger than these three. Than the Ragas, than the Tridasharis and the Shabdadis. Hence he is called Akshobhyaha. So that is how you get over them. You have to become way bigger. How do you become bigger? Because you have to identify with big things. If you identify with this little body, then you will be bothered. But if you identify with space, then these things will not bother you. They'll come and call you something, ask you to go there. You won't feel anything. Why? Because you are enveloping the entire space. Vishnu is like that. He's somebody who can think really big. That is why he is Akshobhyaha. So, if you want to become Akshobhyaha, you have to get over this little identification. Identification with your little self is the cause of raga, cause of shabda allergy, sound allergy. So he doesn't have that. That is why he is Akshobhyaha. Next one is
Is that the same root as that Udbhavo, Shobhano?
Shobhana, yeah.
Same root?
Shubh, yeah. Same.
To stir or to disturb. Same.
Shobhana means he is the one who is causing disturbance.
Here he cannot be disturbed.
He cannot be disturbed. Yeah. Whenever somebody is causing disturbance, they will not be disturbed. Make sure that. They will make sure that. They will be yelling at you means what? They are sure that they are not going to be disturbed. Whenever you want to disturb somebody, you should not be disturbed first. That's a rule. If you are disturbed, oh, I am very disturbed. How are you going to disturb me? First, you have to be full of energy to disturb others. That is why Vishnu himself is Akshobhya. That is why he is Shobhanaha. What did we say there? Shobhanaha because Pralaya, I think.
Creation, you said, like a canvas.
Pralaya,
system.
yes.
Yeah.
Pralaya. Ita sarvani bhutani bhavantyadi yugagame yasvimscha pralayam yanti. Then he becomes Shobhana. Then Sarva Vag Ishwareshwaraha. That's a big name. So there are 4 words in there. Sarva Vag Ishwara Ishwara. Okay. What is the meaning of Ishwaraha? Lord. One who has lordship. And who is Vagishwara? The Lord of words. You ask a question, he just looks up. He is called Khasuji. Who is a Khasuji? Kham means Akasham. What is your daughter's age? You look up in the sky means what? You are Khasuji. You don't know the answer. Then you cannot be a Vagishwara. When will you become the Lord of speech? When you know your subject. When you know your subject. Who is the Lord of speech? Brahmaji. Because Brahma is the Vedakarta. Also, the name of Saraswati Devi is Vak. What are the names of Saraswati? Brahmi tu Bharati Bhasha Girva Gwani Saraswati. Brahmi, Brahma's wife. Bharati, where people who love knowledge revel. Rati for people who knowledge. That's Bharati. Bhasha, language. Gihi, speech. Vak, speech. Vani, speech. Saraswati, the river. Or one who has got rasam. What is Saraswati? Udupi Hotel. One who has got rasam. All the Navarasas are in her. Who is Saraswati? Then all the 9 rasas are in her. That's why he is Saraswati. So, Vagishwara means Brahmaji. Brahmaji is the Lord of speech. He is the one who has Vedas. That's why he has 4 heads. He has got entire Vak in his is Vagishwara. But Vishnu is Vagishwareshwaraha. He is the Ishvara, even that Brahma. He is the one who taught him the Vedas in the first place. Then why do you say Sarva? Because it's not one Brahmaji. Now there is one Brahmaji. But later in another creation there is a final post. Brahmaji is final post. Beyond that is Vishnu. So Sarvesham Brahma. There are so many Brahmas. That is why Sarvesham Vagishwaranam Ishwaraha. That is the meaning of Brahmadinam Api Ishwaraha. He is the Lord of even Brahmaji. Vagishwara. Vagishwareshwaraha. Sarva Vagishwareshwaraha. The word Kshobhanaha, Shubhu means Sanchalanam. Sanchala means restlessness. If everything is very restful, then it is Akshobhya. If you are Akshobhya means what? You are very well rested. Kshobha means very sanchalanam, movement. Do this, all that. They cannot sit quiet. So there is a root for Kshobha. Kshubha sanchalane. Shubha sanchalane. So here, Vak means Rigveda. What is the meaning of Vak? Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda. Why? Vak yajnena kalpatam, yajno yajnena kalpatam. That's what the Veda says. Vak means Veda. So Rigadi, Rupa, Ya, Shabda Visheshaha, Shabda Rasihi. That is the meaning of Vak. So all this Vagishvara means Brahmaji, and there are also other people who own Saraswati. Anybody who is Vidyasagar, Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar, all these people are Vagishwaras because they have Vidya. That is why it is called Sarva Vagishwara. Anybody who is very knowledgeable, who has power over speech, they are called Vagishwaras. That is why he says Brahma Adeha. Adeha means etc. etc. Brihaspati, Shukra, all these glorious people. Parasara, Shakti, Garga, all these Samhitas, whoever wrote those big Vagishwaras. All of them they worship. The common point is Vishnu for everyone. They are all Vishnu Bhaktas, Vaishnavas. Not the modern kind. Real Vishnu Bhaktas. They are. That is why he is Vagishwareswara. Why? Because Sarva...
Is that Shiva's name also? Vagishvara?
Yeah.
Like
Because
Girisha?
Shiva is Veda, is Veda Surupa, no? Veda Shiva, Shivo Veda, Vedadhyayi. He is a Vedadhyayi. So Shiva is also included. Moksham Janardhanadichet, Jnanamichet Maheshwarat. Moksham you had to ask Vishnu. For Moksham, what do you need? Jnanam. Jnanam you ask Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti gives you Jnanam. Vishnu gives you Moksham. So Shiva is also Vagishwara. Tesham Ishwaraha. Why is Vishnu Vagishwareshwara? Like Adhyapaka. Why is he so? Because Yo vai brahmanam vidadhadi purvam. Because the entire knowledge branch ends in Brahmaji. But that Brahma himself was created by Vishnu. And not only did he create Brahma, Vedamscha prahinoti tasmai. He also taught him the Vedas. So he went for Monday Bhasham class for long. So many who the Brahmaji went to Vishnu and had these sessions. So he was taught Aksharasaha by Vishnu. That is why he is called. Why the Veda says that? Yo vai Vedanscha prahinoti tasmai. Tasmai Brahmane. To that Chaturmukha Brahma, Vedan yaha prahinot. Yaha Paramatma. He, that Paramatma, prahinot. He taught him Vedan. That is why he is Vagishwareshwara. So actually Shankara has this in his mind when he says that Sarvesham Vagishwaranam Brahmadinam Api Ishwaraha. That he literally means that Brahmaji was taught by Vishnu. That's what Shankara means. Okay. The next one, Sarvavagishwareshwaraha. The next one is Mahahradaha. Hradam means a huge lake, Manasa Sarovar. Maha means great. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramaya sarve